Have
And we're back.
oh, hold on. I'm gonna do what is it? Here we go. Here's the audio. See if we get it for the stream. Hello, everyone. Let's go.
One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome into the Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, with my co-host and good friend and pal, John Audius. Man, John, how you doing?
You got to turn that microphone down. Turn that music down.
Hey, I had it like right on the speakers of the computer that I'm on. So sorry about that.
No, it's all good. We're having some technical difficulties, but I'm excited to be here, Ahman.
Yeah, we're on the road here. So I'm on the road here. I'm not at my usual spot, which is at my house. I'm still on the East Coast, back in Atlantic City. Last night I was up in New York, and I say yesterday I was up in New York, and it was Amazon Ad Week. So that's going to be my check-in. Also from last week, I've been here all week. I got here Monday, and this is going to be my quick hit news bite because I met some amazing people here in Atlantic City, in New York, that are all working in the video game industry and doing some fantastic things. So, like, I'll start with my week here. I got here Monday evening, and the guy I work with, Andrew Walgus, where I consult with him on building out the esports facility here at Stockton University, which is similar to my level of universities at Lakeland, being a D3 school, but it has an esports program. So met up with him. I've been knowing him for about 5 years now. Fantastic guy, and has a vision like myself in terms of growing esports from the ground, grassroots spot. But also he has a connection with the casinos, and now I think I mentioned this, Las Vegas, it has Luxor, HyperX Arena there, and then the casinos there are doing events constantly. Now Atlantic City is trying to get things going again because of COVID, slowed things down here in Atlantic City or on the East Coast. But now the casinos that were here, we had a lot here, people that manage them, and other betting houses, or book houses or whatever, are here trying to learn how they can use esports just like they use traditional sports in terms of the wagering and betting aspect, but also working here in Atlantic City, trying to get the community back. I get people back here in the city. So it's pretty cool, neat event that was on Tuesday and Wednesday, the 18th and 19th here, and still able to coach from here, looking through my Discord, following my teams and my players play their games, still doing real strong there in Lakeland. So that's one thing that was, I guess, a good thing from COVID, where we could do some virtual things, things virtually to still, have, work at work, and still things can keep in motion. So that's been my week. I'll go more into the quick hit news bites about what Amazon Ads Week was all like last night and yesterday, John. So what's up? How you been?
Not much going on for me. I'm going to tell you something, Ahman. There is a 70s night at a game I'm broadcasting tonight, right?
Oh, okay.
It's a 70s night. Now, I have long hair. I also have like a mustache goatee thing going on.
I see it.
So the thought process with this, and you tell me what you think. Give me your honest opinion. All this goes away except for the mustache.
Okay.
The hair, for the first time ever, down, flowing, headband on.
Okay.
Cool, like tie-dye t-shirt. We're doing 70s night, early 70s, I'm thinking mainly.
Yeah.
And maybe some sort of bell-bottomish jeans that might be in my possession right now.
That might be in possession. From the mustache contouring to the hair coming down out of the bun or out of the ponytail, I like it. I like the visual of what you described already.
You think
So,
I should show up at 70s night with
yes,
my hair out and a headband on?
yes, yes. Does the handband match the shirt?
Yes.
Oh, so you got rainbows all? Yeah, you
Well,
got to
it's
go with that.
actually, yeah. It's actually kind of a red headband and the shirt's kind of red. It matches. Yeah.
Gotcha. So if it's your first time coming into the lounge, the Gamers Lounge, we talk about video games. We check in with one another from the last week's episode to now. And like I mentioned, I've been super busy in the last week and a half, and it's just getting started. But then we go into having a fun conversation. Oh, first, before the fun conversation, we talk about some of the big topics going on in the world of gaming, video games, that is. And then we have that fun conversation called This or That, and then we break down some game releases. And we got some fun games this week. A game I've been waiting for all year, and a lot of the critics are hating right now on one of my favorite games out there already because it's got a character in it that everybody knows if you watch this show that I truly love. But anyway, haters gonna hate. I'm gonna still talk about the games I love. So John too, he has a couple games he's picked from the list of game releases out this week. It was about 20 games on that list I sent. So it's a lot of games, and we picked out just 4 total. So we have a few that we, from our standpoint, like, oh, I'm gonna check this out. I know one for sure, like I mentioned, for me, it's gonna be fire. And then we're gonna wrap the show with talking about episode 9, John. That means we're on one. This next episode is the finale of House of Dragon. We'll be breaking that down next week on our normal day and time, Wednesday at 11 a.m. For the Gamers Lounge podcast. So House of Dragon, episode 9, we will break it down. We got more haterism among family members trying to cool things. We'll get into that later at the end of the show, John. So let's get into we don't have an intro or outro for Quick Hit News Bite, so we'll just get into it. But for everything else, I'll make sure I turn the volume down for the next segment of This or That. But I got the audio clips right here. So let's get into these Quick Hit News Bite. And I'm gonna start it off. You got the tab ready to go for me, man?
I think so.
Yeah. So I went. This is one of the places I ventured into this weekend. It was last night, and the owner is fantastic. Her name is Jay, and she has a fantastic staff. And this is a gaming lounge in New York City. Okay, John. This is a now, like I'm gonna call them esports. You could call them gaming lounge. You could say it's esports arcade, and it's just really cool. You know, in a big. I say what you see here is a product of you having a lot of things going on in New York City, a lot of cultures going on, business-minded people in terms of bringing their business and their passion together. And so Jay, fantastic human being. I met her, and she not only is the CEO of her business. It's they call it a game house / gaming lounge. You could be a member there. Has a nice little vibe in there. Artwork is anime, video game characters everywhere. You see there in the video. They've had big activations, fundraisers. I mean, they do the cosplaying, and you see in the basement, man. It's 3 levels to this place, right? So first level you walk in, that's where the bar, where the drinks are, and then the food can be served. And it has an area where you're playing everything from starting with the Atari 2300 or 3200 and going all the way to all the generations. So Atari, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, I think the Commodore was up on the wall. She had everything in there. And then you go to the upper floor where it's where you got the newer systems, PlayStation 5s, Series X Xbox with custom paint jobs on them. I saw this one. I took a picture. I didn't get it posted yet. I will. But it was a Series Xbox with Rick and Morty painted on it, man. It was so dope.
Cool.
I was like, wow. I said, this is pretty cool. And then we ventured down to the 3rd floor, the basement floor, where it's kind of like it got into ping pong table, the oversized Connect 4, and about 3 tables right there where you can play Jenga. And so it is a gamer's delight, a gamer's I say paradise. So I think it says it on the website, something about Gamers Paradise. So if you go there, if you're in New York City, look up coexist gaming. And the mantra behind the name is that obviously in the gaming world, all the different cultures that are involved in terms of who plays the games, in terms of us as people, we all coexisting together. And so that's where she had the inspiration, Jay, of naming the gaming lounge app, in with that name. So I just thought it a good vibe in there. They had drinks that were named after video games. So I had a cocktail. I had a couple. I had to watch it. I had GoldenEye. That was
Yeah.
a drink. That was a cocktail. And it was my favorite game. So GoldenEye, which was a game. I told you it was a good game, even though I got beat up on it. Sonic and Mario was another one. And then with the movie coming out, is it November 11th? Black Panther Wakanda Forever is a drink in there right now. And they're all pretty good. They're all really good drinks. So it was a fantastic time. And I think there's no fee to get in. Obviously, you pay for your drinks, you pay for your food, but you can run events. They do tournaments, they do a cosplay contest, and it's open, I believe, every day in New York City. And it's New York City, and New York is kind of like basic Vegas. It never shuts down. So we were there, left pretty early because we had to get ready for today. Still got here running a little late, but things there was like a place I could. If I lived in New York, I'll be there all the time. I'll be there constantly, John. So yeah, if you're ever in New York City, check out Coexist Gaming. Please, you will have fun, and it's always somewhere nice to eat in New York. Just know that. So no matter what time you come out of that place, you can find some good eats, some good grub. So, all right, John, what you got on your list here?
Oh, that sounds really fun, Ahman, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, so what I have here is the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. It releases in 2023 in January, and just for the low price of $200. All right, Ahman, you got to tell me. Is this like a good price for a controller? Like, would you pay $200? Am I just too cheap? I mean,
no. No. I say my thought process is this. Okay, if you're really hardcore gaming, then you may want to consider this. But if you're just a casual gamer, don't waste the money, because when a company puts a controller like this out, they're most likely they're trying to cater to everybody, but they're catering to more of the hardcore gamer that wants a new controller, that wants something that may give them an advantage in playing certain games. So that's all I say. But I like the look of it. I've seen it they've been advertising it for about a month now, but now it's officially hit the market, eh?
Yeah. I mean, January it comes out, but I mean,
it's about to hit the market. Gotcha.
Are you able to see this video that we're watching right now?
No, I don't see it.
Okay, I think. Oh, maybe I'm not sharing. Maybe I'm sharing this. I don't know. I thought I was sharing this.
Okay.
Oh, I might not be sharing the video. Hold on. Oh,
no, it's okay.
I was playing a video. Maybe it's not sharing. Anyway, it looks pretty awesome. Here, I'm just gonna stop. We are having technical difficulties. Okay.
Oh yeah, John's in control of the studio, so he's learning. He's learning the hard way.
There's 70,000 tabs, and I'm trying to click on all of them all at once. It feels like.
Now you know what I'm doing on the weekly. Like
if you were watching the video I was watching, it's got customizable to the max, basically. They're available to pre-order from select retailers starting next week, and then it's going to be released on January 26th. They've got replaceable stick modules as well. Right. They cost $20 to have the replaceable stick modules, but it comes with 2 standard or USB braided cable, all the carrying case. You can, charge them up when you're not playing. I don't know. It looks very customizable. And here's my bottom line on it. Some of our listeners might love this, right? They may be like, finally, I can finally get the controls exactly and good. But to me, that just looks like $200, and then I don't know what I'm doing after that. It's like, now I got to learn how to do all this. It's like I just bought a project that I have to figure out how to use now. I got to look at the manual and get the buttons all right. No, it's too much work.
It's customizable. So I also see, like, with these dome caps, like you said, the analog stick that you could customize. It's for potentially gamers that might play Xbox, and now they're trying to make the transition to PlayStation, and so now you can move the sticks around in different places to make it an Xbox on PlayStation, then that helps some gamers because they can't wrap their head around. Okay, I'm playing on the PlayStation. I don't know the controller when they actually do because the Xbox controller is not much different from a PlayStation. The buttons are maybe just literally a few millimeters from one area on the Xbox controller to on a PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4 controller. The good thing there is a braided cable. They won't snap easy. You could it has a long life on that because you can wrap them. You know how you wrap wires, doing your right wire management, kind of like what I got. Let me see. It's not. You can't see it. Like I'll say have my mouse here.
Yeah.
Way. So you kind of wrap cables, and when it's braided, it lasts longer. So.
Okay.
So that's a good little detail right there. So that's definitely worth it because a lot of cables with the rubber out coating and then inside is this like a mesh holding them together. They don't last too long. So there you go.
All right.
There you go.
You want to go to this or that?
Yep, I got this or that. Hold on. I got it.
You do.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get the audio up. There we go. Hopefully I don't have it too loud.
This or that.
There we go. Did you hear that?
Yeah. This or that. Hold on. All right. So this or that, or I'm just changing a couple things. Look at this. I got a ticker now. Look at that ticker. Have a suggestion for the show? Just send a message on social media or our Discord. Wait, why put a question mark? Hold on, let me just fix that. Boom, new ticker. There we go. This or that. All right, straight from the mind of Ahman Green. It is time for this or that. And the first one is from Sergeant Mal Reynolds. Thank you very much. The question is, never wear socks or never wear underwear again. I would go with the underwear because the socks, you're going to put some shoes on someday that you're going to need socks.
Yeah, yep. And I'm definitely with the underwear thing. I'm practicing it now. So just so you know.
I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to say something. So I was just trying to be like, hopefully he doesn't say anything.
As soon as I saw it, I said, I know where I'm taking this. I know where I'm taking this conversation.
Exactly. That was a layup for you. That was a 1-yard touchdown for you.
Yeah. Oh, that was short yardage goal line touchdown. Bam. Yep. Rolling all day. All
right. Comments. What do we got coming up? Big Baby Duke says, yeah, bye-bye undies.
He said bye-bye. Like he's happy.
Yeah, he's like, it's gone. Sergeant Mal Reynolds, thank you for the question. My first this or that. Yes, you made it. Let's see here. Oh, back to the controllers, by the way. Big Baby Duke says, agree 100% these controllers are for pro gamers. Yeah. I saw that. I'm like, this is just a math problem that I'm gonna have to solve.
And they just catering. Like I said, they catering to a demographic that obviously is part of gaming. And they probably got a lot of feedback about their controllers when it initially came out, saying, hey, we want this or we want that. Talking to the streamers or content creators or pros that use their controllers.
This or that. And then finally, I agree with John. Need my warm socks in the winter, says Big Baby Duke.
I'm good without socks. I'm good.
All right. Next, this or that from Eeyore. Drive a tank or fly a jet fighter?
Ooh.
I know this. I'll go.
You go? Okay.
I'm gonna drive a tank because I know I can't get in too much trouble with the tank. Like, it's very slow. Like, you tell me that, because if I can make it go forward, my guess is I figure out how to stop it, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm going 2 miles an hour, like, okay, this, I can control the speed. I'm not going to ruin anything or hurt myself. But if I'm going to fly a jet, I can't. That thing's fast.
Right. If it's fast, it takes pilots, what about good? I would say a solid, like college, 4 or 5 years to get a jet going, how to control it and everything, right? Before you
need a pilot.
Don't crash it.
Ahman, this is the reason why I don't think there are ever going to be flying cars. Because basically they're airplanes. You're going to need to learn how to fly. Like, you're going to have to be a pilot. And have you ever been in a plane when it lands? It's kind of scary. It's jumping. It's rough sometimes. And you're expecting like your neighbor who's 68 years old going to go over there and land a car.
He said 68. Maybe right.
You're
Oh man,
flying
that's
mini
funny.
planes essentially at that point. That's why there'll never be flying cars unless they drive themselves. But then we're years away from having the technology where we trust it just to automatically take you everywhere for millions of people daily. I don't know. All right. Sergeant Mel Reynolds said, I'll go tank. I crashed a fighter jet in 0.0003 seconds.
Wow. I've been in the fighter. I'll say that. I flew with the Blue Angels, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. I know it takes time, and it's like you got to be exact. That's why it's a lot of geography or calculus and mathematics going on with being a pilot. But I think I will go for it though. I'll go for it. I'm gonna go fly a jet. I'm gonna go and learn and pay attention so I don't wreck it. Because if I wreck it, it's not just it's just a scratch on the wing. No, it's like we might not. I might be a floating ghost. So I'm gonna make sure I learn how to fly a jet.
Well, I'm sure this is the same where you live, Ahman, but out here in my neck of the woods at our local aviation, what'd you call that? Airport.
Yeah.
They offer like $90 come fly with me lessons, and they have people like they teach you how to fly. Like,
oh yeah,
go there. You can jump in a plane in like 2 minutes. It seems like.
Yep. And then
sure, it's more complicated.
I know a few pro athletes. Jimmy Graham, they used to play for the Packers. He takes up flying lessons, and he took flying lessons, so he's officially a pilot. The old tight end for the Packers, played for the Saints before, and in Seattle. I don't think he's even playing now. But he flies jets and helicopters and stuff. And then John Travolta, he actually flies. He's been acting, from the 70s and the 60s as a kid. He actually has his own 747 that he flies his family to when he's on site doing movies. That's the life right there. If you could buy your own plane, and they're not cheap to maintain, and then say, hey fam, I'm shooting this movie, we can all go together, and daddy's flying the plane, pops is flying. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's cool.
All right, let's go to the next this or that.
Yeah.
Big B asks, would you rather be invisible or read minds? I'll go first again.
Okay.
I think if you can read, that's a huge invasion of privacy, reading someone's mind. I was going to say, if you can read minds, you could figure out anything in the world, basically.
You got to step ahead of people, man.
Yeah. But then I don't like the idea of going inside someone's brain. So I'll be invisible.
Well, either way, you could do it. Like, you could get ahead, because invisible, you just got to be, in the room, obviously no clothes on, and be quiet.
Wait, why do you have to have no clothes on? What if
because unless you visit the one seamstress in Incredibles and have the invisible that hits your skin, and the suit goes invisible, then you're good. But you gotta be basically naked when you're invisible. Nobody sees you, So
well, I'll say I'll be invisible, but there's a technology that has been able to like isn't in Harry Potter? Don't they have like some?
They got the cloak in Harry Potter.
I'm gonna be invisible like that. I don't want to be walking around naked.
So you're still uncomfortable even if people won't see you?
Well, that would be super awkward if all of a sudden the superpower went away and you're in a room full of people.
Right.
You'd be like, hey,
okay.
I'm gonna head out.
And big baby dude says read minds is overpowered, so I'll do that. He'll do that. Okay. I think I'll do the read minds, because you're as a liability. Things could still be heard, or you could get found out. Say if you're sick and you're eavesdropping and you're sick, you can't hold a cough in, and everybody's going like, what the heck is that? They throw something in the corner and they start beating you up because they hear you coughing. So I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna read minds, be ahead of the game.
That's good. Yep. Big Baby Duke says read minds is overpowered. It's overpowered, so I'll take that. Read minds is I don't get that. Is overpowered.
Probably because you could do a lot with it, with the information you find out. Probably, maybe.
Sergeant Mal Reynolds adds, plus you'd be cold, like if you're invisible and not wearing clothes. I'm assuming there.
In Wisconsin, for sure.
Right, like try to go sneak around in the wintertime. Are you supposed to go walk in the snow on your bare feet and be invisible?
people are gonna run into you, and they'll be like, "What is this?" You be walking, bam. I don't see it, but something I just ran into. You know
Okay,
that you be seen because it'd be snow out because they could see the snow on you. You'd be frozen.
This is from Chupampa. By the way, if you have a suggestion for this or that, just send a message to us on social media or
Discord.
Yes.
There you go.
That is not a question. That is a statement.
Yep.
Chupampa asks, NFL Blitz or NBA Jam? And I think this might be the greatest question we've had in a long time because as far as video games, for me personally, because both these games are so much fun. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to defer.
You got to defer on what?
I don't want to go first. You can have the opening kickoff.
I can go first. Well, I played both of them, so whatever I'm picked, number one, then the other one is the best one. You know, or it's one, and then it's not one better than the other for me. So the first one, I'll just go just for nostalgic sake because I end up playing both, but I'm gonna go with NBA Jam because I remember Friday nights after football games in my hometown. We would go to this pizzeria. It was called Godfather's Pizza, right off Ames Avenue, which is a main strip in Omaha, and a lot of the high schools would go there, have pizza after the games, you know, and talk crap to each other. But then get into a couple rounds of NBA Jam. He's on fire.
Nice.
So, and I had those guys. I actually interviewed those guys, so we got a good segment coming up here at the end of the month. And we'll be able to show that soon after once the fundraiser gets settled up here.
Okay. Big Baby Duke says NFL Blitz in the arcade, NBA Jam on a console. Blitz just doesn't work well on the console. I think I played it both ways, but I seem to remember having a lot of fun on the console playing NFL Blitz. Overall, I think the nostalgia of NBA Jam. Blitz is so much fun though. Blitz is it's like football, but like just different gameplay.
You get to beat people up.
You get to throw them, body slam them,
kick them into the stand.
And it's so fast paced. It is so fast paced. Yep. Like it's a different type of gameplay than NBA Jam because NBA Jam, like, I don't know, you like have to be so technical and I don't know how to answer this, Ahman. Do I have to answer it? Do we need the final answer?
It's not like we know you play both. We know you love them both. Just gotta pick one.
My gut's telling me NBA Jam because that's what I remember first. And
there you go.
It was iconic.
It is.
It is iconic.
And we'll get my man Ken. I think it's Conroe or Kit Bro. Get him on the show. He said he would do it. He's the voice. He's that. He's on fire. He's that guy. So we'll get him on here. He said November would work for him for his schedule.
That's going to be awesome. What we should have a list of things for him to say.
He's all about that life. Like he's going to make sound bites for us.
Shut up.
He said we could him say it on the show and we could clip it and then use it. He's cool. He's like so awesome. Great dude. He's actually down in Chicago.
Okay. I got to think about this.
Yeah, we got time. Yeah, think about it. Put your thoughts into it.
From Thrones. Wait, Game of Thrones. Oh, Game of Thrones.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I thought it was from Thrones. Like
no, Thrones. Yeah, I that was on me. I think I was typing fast right before the show.
All good.
I do
that every single day.
I think this was either Big B or Eeyore. I forgot. Darn it. I was typing so fast I forgot to add the name.
That's okay. Either Big B or Eeyore. Thank you for this.
Or Champa. It was one of the three.
Okay. Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones. And I will go first on this, Ahman, because as I've said, and we're going to review episode 9 of House of the Dragon on HBO Max coming up a little bit later in this podcast. And I've said this is the first Game of Thrones TV series, House of the Dragon, that I've ever watched. So I'm admitted, I've never watched Game of Thrones, the original.
You will, though. You will.
Probably, yes. After this, everyone I've ever talked to who says watch that said, what are you doing? Watch it. There has not been one person that goes, nah, I watched it. You're fine. Every single person. And I'm like, okay, I'll get to it. It's just a big commitment. Like that's like how many seasons are there? How many episodes?
7.
Like 7. How many episodes? There's like 70 episodes or something.
Yeah. Yep. About 10 to 11 episodes per season.
And I think that's partially why I'm avoiding it because I'm like 70, dude, that's going to take me 3 years. Like,
no, it won't.
Well, 7, it's going to take at least a year.
No,
I don't
You
have
can.
time.
You don't. Oh, that what it is. Yeah, you're a
Yeah.
dad. You're a broadcaster. You know.
Yeah. I'm
Oh
doing
yeah.
stuff. So I'm going to go Breaking Bad because I actually did watch that over the course of several months a long
Yeah.
time ago. Breaking Bad.
I'm gonna go Game of Thrones. I love both episodes or both series. I watched them both all the way to the finales.
Mm-hmm.
And Breaking Bad was good in its sense, but then Game of Thrones, like I said, just like House of Dragon, man, they just so rough with family. I'm like, they just cold blooded. It was a little double crossing in Breaking Bad, so they're not much far, but I was like, I got to give it to him. And then you got dragons. When you have dragons, that's kind of like a game changer. When you can say, hey, you got a problem with me? Don't mess with me. I got a dragon. Just say that, like, I got a dragon. You talking stuff? Dragon. Sick 'em.
Under the Dragon. By the way, great. I've never been a huge into dragons guy, Ahman, to be honest with you, but
Right.
we'll talk about it. But there was the scene in episode 9 that was like, that's a dragon scene right there. That's a good
Oh,
dragon
yeah,
scene.
I know where you're hitting at. I can't wait to get there. No, it's actually it's 8 seasons of Game of Thrones. I just looked it up. 8 seasons, 73 episodes total.
Yeah. See, that to me just seems really overwhelming. Like here's the next 73 hours of your life. Go distribute it and cut it up however you want.
Yeah, well, and I believe the last 2 episodes of the final season, they made them like what kind of like what some of the series do now. They like make them an hour and a half.
Oh,
So
okay.
they were longer than usual. That's why season 8 was only it looked like 6 episodes. One, two,
Some of them were
three,
longer.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, it was only 6 episodes in the season finale or the season finale. So
I got 2 things real quick. Sergeant Mel Reynolds, that's tough, but I'll go Game of Thrones. It's a better rewatch rather for me.
Yeah.
Sergeant Mel Reynolds also says Breaking Bad had the better ending. Big Baby Duke, Game of Thrones, if we can pretend season 8 doesn't exist. So Big Baby Duke doesn't like that 6 episode season 8.
Yeah. It's always somebody doesn't.
Well, didn't they have like water bottles in the scenes?
In the background?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got pretty sloppy in season 8.
And then our boy Aaron Rodgers was in one of the episodes.
Yeah, he was. He was a guard. That's right.
I remember when that hit viral. It went viral, and I was like, he must have been one of the soldiers that got killed in the background.
I think he was.
And he was. You wouldn't have saw him. Like if you found him, it's like finding Where's Waldo in a Where's Waldo book. Okay, that's how neatly in the fine threading of things he was. So if you found him, you should win some money. It should be a contest.
I was gonna say, let me see if I can. Yeah, he was a soldier that like was running down a hallway or something that got engulfed with fire. I don't know.
Yeah, because of the dragon. When the dragon queen then got pissed off and she's like, I'm running through and gonna let God. I got a dragon.
Right.
It's like like a 12 gauge, okay, sniper rifle, axe, a sword, Excalibur. Now I got a dragon, homie. What you got with that? What you gonna do?
All right. So there you go. That is this edition of This or That. What's next, Ahman?
So yeah, I almost forgot about going into my whole day here yesterday on the East Coast. So yesterday, this is part of the news bites. I'll kind of jump back there real quick. Went to my first Amazon ad week. So in a nutshell, it's like I remember going to my first Super Bowl as a rookie and as a fan, not as a player, obviously. Didn't win. And they have a thing called Radio Row at Super Bowl. And John, you know this phrase. It's in the entertainment world in terms of interviews. They call it a car wash.
Yes.
Where you go through and you like a car wash. You're every 5 to 10 minutes you're talking to somebody different. You're talking to this radio station out of Ohio, China, Connecticut, Green Bay. Just all over the world, all over the country. And so this ad week was all the advertisers from all the companies in pretty much the world were here yesterday. And so for about 9 a.m., I'll say about 9 a.m. to about 4 o'clock yesterday, you could go into this one. I can't remember where the building's at, but it was in Lower Manhattan. And Amazon has it. This is their building where you got everybody in there from obviously myself, but then you had Julian Edelman, you had people from the gaming world, people from, and it was more, you know, of interviewing, but also people from the gaming world that's trying to get into it from a big business standpoint to understand how to cater their business too. So like Hot Pockets was there, Pepsi, Pepsi, Mountain Dew. They're just, you know, they are the company. So it's how they advertise to young gamers, and to gamers in general, how they present their product. And the consensus word was basically be authentic, be genuine. You know, don't make it where the gamers will figure it out real quick. Oh, you're just here for a money grab. So that was like the big way that all the companies were told, basically are being told. So hopefully we'll be seeing good advertisement coming out. I'm out of this. I didn't get a chance to run in. I wanted to talk to Julian, because I was like, what's he doing here? You know, who is he talking about? He looked like he was having a good time, whatever he was talking about. And I was there. I must have did like 5 or 6 different interviews. I had a big interview. My big interview was with Dominique, and she is like an Amazon reporter / personality. And we had a good talk, just talking about my career, what I've been doing. But it was just interesting to see that, because I'm like, oh, I've been here before. But in the football sense, it was Super Bowl, Radio Row, Car Wash Style. It's the same name, but now this is for big business. And so it's just interesting to see that here on the East Coast. And they do it every year. So it probably something I'll come to every year, just to, with me being in, you know, coaching and being in content creation, like what we're doing. Maybe we could do it, you know, we could come out here next year together, or a year after that, we both come together, because this was all new to me. If I would have known it was this, I'd be like, John, let's go. You know, so now I'm like, next year, next 2 years, John, we're coming out to NYC around this time to check out Amazon Ad Weeks, because you get networking, handing out business cards,
sounds fun.
The big companies and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. So sorry about that.
No,
now back to this or that. We can wrap this up.
Okay, there you go. That was this or that. Let's get to that's a great story, man. Let's get to game releases.
Oh, we're on game releases. Sorry.
Release the games.
Where's it at? Hold up.
I heard it in the background. A little bit. I heard it.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
All right. Let's see if we can roll through these. I'm going to try to go as kind of as efficiently as I can while I don't know how you do this, Ahman.
So you got yours up first.
Yeah. I'm going to do this one first. You see it?
Yes, I do. And now go. Your go.
All right. My first, I'm going to turn this down while I talk, and you can watch if you're watching on our live stream. All right, so the game I'm looking at this week is called Marvel Snap. It's a card game, and as The Verge describes it in its latest headline, and I like the way they describe this because it made me, recognize it more. Marvel Snap is a 5D chess in 6 minutes or less. These are quick matches. It's a card game, basically, on a video game console. Yep. It's like Magic the Gathering, but as The Verge writes, it's way less time. You complete a game within about 5 to 6 minutes. So you can play games over and over and over in the time that it would take for you to usually play a normal style card game. Marvel Snap. Now, I'm not big into card games, so I'm not sure exactly the whole details of how you win this card game. But point is, it's like a card game. Now, you can get this on PC, and I believe, give me 1 second, I believe this is also available on your phone. iOS, free on iOS and Android, as well as early access PC. Marvel Snap. I don't know. Would you be downloading Marvel Snap? It's like a card game, but on your phone.
Yeah. I didn't know. You know what? I was looking at the video when I was getting up setting up to run a show, and I'm looking at it. I was like, okay, it's another Marvel game, but I wasn't really looking at it, obviously. I was just watching the video in the background, or not watching it, but letting it play in the background. And now I'm like, oh. So it's like a turn-based game. So basically, you set your board up, and then you hit the go button, and then players go, and then it comes back. You got to reset your board or something like that, which sounds cool.
Yeah,
I like. And they're using the Marvel characters, which is awesome. You know,
and honestly, that's
never a bad thing.
What draws me in, someone who's not, I've never played Magic the Gathering, and I'm not into Pokemon or anything like that. as far as
Right.
like the cards, like I'm aware of the cards and things like that. But what got me was that headline that said you can play a game in 6 minutes or less. And if you can play these short kind of attention-seeking games and figure it out in short bursts instead of having to sit down for 2 hours and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I think that makes it a little bit more approachable too.
Yes, it does. It does. And it make it quick learn, and they know in the demographic they're selling to. So there you go.
All
I
right,
like
next
that.
game. Next game
All
for
right.
me.
Yep,
My
what's
last
it?
game of the week is this Mario plus Rabbit Spark of Hope. Can you see this?
Yep, I see it. We all see it.
Okay, Mario plus
Ooh.
Rabbits. Oh, it's too loud. Hold on.
Turn it down a little bit. It's all good.
Sorry, Mario.
Sorry.
Okay, this is tough to do. Team up with Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach. This is straight from Nintendo. Rabbid Peach, Rabbid Luigi, and their friends on a galactic journey to defeat an entity and save your Spark companions. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Explore planets to the
like
galaxy
that.
as you uncover mysterious secrets rather than compelling guests. Build your dream team with 3 heroes from an eclectic roster of 9. Take out bosses rather, and familiar enemies. There you go. What do you think of
I
this?
like how you tried that word and then you said no, I'm good.
I was like, I'm out.
But no, I like this. I mean, I'm just
who are most definitely.
I just want to know what would be the next best thing Nintendo does with Mario. I mean, because they're doing it. I mean, when you say it's not a bad, I'm not talking in a bad way either. They know what their, who their guy is, who their guys and girls are. The Mario whole community. So to now bring, I think they've done this. Not like the first game they done with the rabbits. They've done other games in the past, but to see this one now, it's I thought it was pretty cool too to see it. And I'm like, oh, another something that now I see like from the start that maybe I want to have a game on my Switch because I play my Switch on my airplane flights because I could get in and get out real fast and I could get some time put in, 2 hours, 3 hours in, and maybe beat the game. So this would be like one of probably my next airplane game right here.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, let me stop this. Sorry. Okay, there you go. There's the new video game with Mario. Can you still hear that? Yeah, I'll stop it.
No, not anymore.
Real quick, before we get to your games, I saw this comment, Big Baby Duke. I think he was referring to the Marvel Snap. I've been playing this nonstop. Love this game.
Yes.
So.
Row.
All right, it's time for game. Oh, wait, no. Not that one yet.
No.
All right, so what's the first one? Let's do Gotham Knights first, okay, Ahman?
Okay, for sure. No, I hit the button by way too early.
Okay, so.
Oh, right, man. Like I mentioned, I'm so hyped because I think between Games Radar, all the gaming web, IGN, they've been throwing the haterism on this game. But it actually got 8 out of 10 at one website. I can't remember. I think it was Games Radar or GameSpot gave it a 4 out of 10. I was like, dang. But the graphics look great. This is obviously a cutscene, so you got better graphics and cutscenes than you do in actual gameplay. But it's Batman. It's brick and mortar. I'm gonna kick your butt type game. Unfortunately, Batman is not alive in this game, so Batman is dead. So this is a new, expansive criminal underworld type game that has swept the streets of Gotham since Batman's dead. Then his young cronies, Robin, Batwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, they got to come and clean up the streets and learn how you're learning how to run the studio, because I'm not doing it, John. Now they got to learn how to protect the city like Batman does by himself. And I like right here the Game of Crows or the Owl. I'm sorry, not Game of Crows, the Owl. God, I had the name in my because I read the series. It's a great series, but they brought the Eyes of Crows or Crows in here, which is also another villainy of game that comes from the Underdead that's here in Gotham or in this game. So they're bringing that in. So right now, like I said, Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, Robin got to protect Gotham and hope they could protect the citizens and from all the villainy. And then actually with the cops helps as well. So you got this game coming out tonight or coming out today. I'm gonna pick up my Ultimate Edition from my man Eeyore down in Gaming Generations. He said a couple weeks ago he was able to hold that for me. I'm like, yes. So I'm gonna have fun with it. since nobody else like it, So it's open world RPG action game, and it's set in the most dynamic and interactive Gotham City yet. So either you can play solo with one hero or patrol Gotham with 5 distinct boroughs and drop in on a criminal activity when you find it. So fighting crime as usual, man. And like you get to play with more characters. Usually the Batman's, it's just you could change his costume in the previous games like Arkham City, Arkham Knight. And so now you have Red Hood, Robin, Batgirl. I like that. It's like always cool to see what their fighting techniques, fighting styles are. So,
speaking of Gotham Knights, Big Baby Duke says I canceled my pre-order of Gotham Knights due to the 30 frames per second cap on the console and the bad reviews. He says I'll pick it up for $20 in 6 months. So the 30 frames per second was the bad reviews as well. Right. How does this make you feel? Because I know you're a big Gotham Batman guy.
I'm playing on PC. I'm playing it on console, so I don't have to worry about that.
What's 30 frames per second? Is that an issue? I wonder if that
on PC. I think that's a PC thing. I mean, it is a console thing, but you don't really see it. I mean, you can see it if you play games a lot. I mean, I don't really notice it unless it's like a super bad lag or freeze. Blurring, they call it. Sometimes it's called blurring, where you can see the graphics of the movement. You actually see like the after trail of an arm moving or running and jumping. So it's called blurring. All that can happen. I'm just hoping, obviously, I don't have another experience like I had with Cyberpunk. Since then, Cyberpunk has cleaned it up. So I'm gonna put in when I get home. I'm gonna re-download Cyberpunk and see how it's going, because I'm reading articles that is a lot better now. Since COVID has passed and they've had now 2-3 years to get things right.
They've had 2 years to get it right.
So I'm happy I get to play it now without no glitches, no bugs, no missions I can't complete, where I can't find the destination to get my money because I just beat up, I did the hit, and now I'm coming back to get paid, and where's my money? It's in the ground. I can't get through the ground. It's virtual. I'm in this metaverse and I can't get stuff. So hopefully Gotham Knights is not like that. And then it's called Gotham Knights because Batman is not around. So the Knights are Robin, Red Hood, Batgirl, and Nightwing. So that's my game releases of the week. And if you love Batman, you love Robin, you love Gotham, you love DC, you'll probably get this game. Don't have to go hardcore like I did with the Ultimate Edition, where you get the statues of the 4 Knights, Batgirl, Nightwing, and Robin, and Red Hood, and comic books and little detail, fun little stuff you can have given to you. You probably don't have to go hardcore. Just get the normal. I think it's like $59.99, $60 game. Just go ahead, do that. You'll be good. You won't be disappointed. You won't be as mad as yourself because you spent the less amount of money that you could probably spend on the game.
Right. And go buy yourself a DualShock controller for $200 too.
For $200 for New Year's or your birthday, your Christmas. There
you go. Should we get to the what's on stream?
Yes, they are.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
Okay.
All right.
Love it. What's on stream? I'm on episode 9, House of the Dragon.
Dude. Man.
Give me a second, I'll bring that up.
Bring it up. I got my video. I got to play the video playing too, but you can pop it up for everybody else. And so I'll get started.
Yeah, why don't you get started?
So at the start of this, we see that Allison, she's, let's say, reeling because Veneris, her dad, just passed away. And as we know from last episode, she misunderstood his last wishes because he's a dying man, and he's kind of just mumbling literally under his dying breath of what he had conversations with his daughter Rhaenyra about, her being the next in line to be king or queen. And Allison misinterprets it as a mute him. I said mute that. So,
do you really want me to mute it?
Yeah, mute it. There you go. Right. Let it play, but mute it. There you go. So, because it was just throwing my thoughts off. So where was I? Aegon. So she thought Aegon, he wishes his grandson Aegon to be king, and so that's where she goes, and they're sitting at the table, basically trying to make a coup of it because Rhaenyra is not in the room, and some other powers that be should be in the room are not in the room. So again, it's just interesting. They've done a good job writing this. All the writers of the show, the showrunners of the show, they love making family members betray each other, and it's just sad, because they got power, they got dragons, man, and you gonna just hate on each other like that. But it makes an interesting series. I'll say that much. It gets me tuning in. So, that's where it starts at. John, what are your thoughts on this, man?
So I'll give you my 60-second thoughts on episode 9 here right now. So right at the start, in that review recap of the previous episodes, at the end, of course, they show King Viserys. I always say his name wrong. Dying.
Viserys, you're right.
Viserys with his face half gone, and it made me wonder, seriously, how is he even alive? Like, to get to that point, like, how did he live so long with just an opened face? But anyway, so Allison and Otto hold a meeting as they start to plan for Aegon to take over, because that was what, like you just said, his dying breath. And then, oh snap, the guy who is speaking out at the table, and they have like this secret meeting of everybody,
right,
gets his head smashed in by Sir Criston. And
man, like, he got anger management problems. Criston just needs to chill out.
Yeah, so it made me think, okay, this is not obviously going to turn out well. So in this next episode, this one in the next episode, what are the over-under? What's the number you would take over or under the amount of deaths of main characters in the next 2 episodes? Is it like 1,000? No, I'm joking. But like, what is that number? Because there's going to be a bunch of dead.
Well, we got about 12 actors, maybe 13, maybe 20. I'll say the over. I'll take the
half of them. Are half of them going to be alive?
I'll take the under, because we still got a season finale.
Yeah, I think
I would say among the innocent bystanders, I'll take the over, because you got dragons involved.
Yeah, not counting the innocent bystanders. Right. So if we have like 15 to 20 people-ish, I would think here
of main characters.
Do we put that over under at 7.5? More than 7?
No,
less than 7.
I'll go less than 7 for this, because it's not the season finale. That's where I'll try to, but you never know. We'll see. But just for conversation, I'm going under.
Going under.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So those were some of my thoughts. I also wrote real quick here. So then Aegon then is off doing something. They have to go find him.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to be king. He's the kid that he's married. He's all out. He's going out on his wife. She's always alone with the kids, knitting, and like just detached from the world, because she already knows what. I don't think she even wanted to marry him, because he's immature. He's doing what he's doing him, as kids say today. Oh, I'm doing me. He's doing me. So
then I also wrote 3 more lines. I wrote, so they started isolating the people who do not pledge loyalty to the new king, or have not bent the knee, rather, to the new king.
Yeah, bending the knee is a real thing, man.
Yeah,
and thing back here.
And as they search for Aegon, they go to, like, instead of like dog fighting, it's like 10-year-olds fighting in this like ring. Yeah. And apparently, did you get the sense too, when they pointed to that kid that had the blonde hair, that Aegon has already fathered a child?
Possibly, because he had white hair.
Yeah.
I was like, at first, I was like, wait a minute, that's not Aegon. I was like, that. Oh, because he's been going at it, like you said. He's been doing me, or he's been doing himself. So he probably has whole bunch of little Aegons running around Targaryen land.
Probably. And my final thought was so the lady right there that just was on the screen that escaped.
She's the king's sister. That she used to be. She should have been the queen before Rhaenyra. So
okay, all right. So then, and I said, well, she comes through here as we're watching. If you're watching, sorry, spoilers. Yep. And then at the end, right as they're introducing the new king to the people, the dragon comes in and gets right in front of the face of everybody, Alicent, Otto, like everybody, Aegon, everybody on that side of the fence.
Yeah.
And that you can see Alicent prepare, like, well, I guess I'm dead.
Right.
And the dragon just roars and does not breathe fire, does not kill them, and then flies away with that lady on top, the sister of the king of the Valerians.
Yeah, that's
at this point I'm losing track of everybody. And
Rhaenyra.
I thought it was just the coolest scene. Like, the dragon just roars right in their faces.
Yeah, that was Princess Rhaenyra, and she was, like I said, was supposed to be queen before Rhaenyra, and even after her brother. And basically, that was her basically saying, you know what? I see what y'all doing. Y'all trying to, put people in places that they shouldn't be, like putting Aegon as king without letting Rhaenyra go. No. And you know what? I'm gonna set the record straight. I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna go tell. But you can't stop me. Why? Why, John? Why they can't stop her?
Dragon.
She got a dragon. Like I just want to pull up on a dragon, and be like, what up? You got a problem here? Is there a problem? That's what she said. We got a problem here. I know what y'all doing, but y'all can't stop me. Because if you try to, my dragon go ham on y'all. Y'all gonna be crispy critters up in this place. I already killed some of your innocent
Crispy critters,
innocent civilians here, just coming up through the ground. Now, if you come at me, all y'all gonna be crispy critters. That's basically how that whole scene was like. Yeah, I know what y'all wrong, but you know what? That's okay. I'm about the dragon. I'm about to fly up out here and set the record straight late. So you got Rhaenyra, like you said, next episode, it's gonna be war. It's like, okay, this what you gonna do. If it was set in today's times, it'd be like, okay, I got you. I got dragon I got like 2-3 dragons. What's good?
2 predictions for the final season finale, episode 10.
What you got, John? What you got?
Number 1, Ahman, eye patch kid.
Yep.
At some point,
he's a G. He's an underground G.
He is for real, and he knows what he wants. And I think at some point he's gonna backstab or double cross Aegon,
his brother.
Yeah.
That's no surprise. I mean, I can agree with that because there's been a lot of double crossing with fathers to daughters, daughters to fathers, cousins, brothers, sisters. Yeah. So that won't be far off the path. So
second prediction,
I agree with that.
The season ends. Here's my ultimate prediction. And whatever. The season ends with the Rhaenyra Daemon crew regaining power. But they're going to leave it still with like Ahman, or somebody's going to be like, I'll be back type of a deal.
Right. I like that. I definitely agree with the first one. I'm kind of 50-50 on the second one because it's going to be a battle. And we don't know who's going to make it out of that. We already know that's coming because with this, they just rattled the cage, and now the cage is about to get vibrated over to Rhaenyra and her family, and she's about to come home. She's about to come home. I think she's gonna come hard. She's gonna come over that water with her dragons and just be like her. Her ancestor that did it if you watch the original Game of Thrones, when she got PO'd, she killed half the country with her dragon. She went Thanos. She went a little Thanos on people. She said, you know what? You want to act like that? I'm just gonna fly through the country, fly through the city, and just toast up a few people, just to get some stuff off my mind. Oh man! So that's I like I said, first one prediction, yes, and then like 50-50. I think it might be some more diabolical stuff going down. So, all right, John, I like that. Thank you, man.
Can't wait for episode 10, Ahman.
Can't wait. That's what we're gonna be talking about next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, everyone, we will be
final
back.
grades.
Final grades on season the first season and it's another season coming, John, of House of Dragon. So probably next year, this time we could talk about season 2. But we'll be back at our regular bat time at 11 a.m. Central Time. I will be home. I will not be on my cell phone here, and I might have John do it again so he could get it down one more time.
It wasn't so bad. It's a lot of tabs, but I think I got most of it.
Yeah, it's called ultimate multitasking. They should make a video. Well, they do probably have video. It's video games out there like Sims where you basically are multitasking, and other games like League of Legends. You are so on the ultimate level of multitasking in that game. It's amazing in League of Legends. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Same bat channel, same bat time, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And John, let people know where they can find you on your socials and your websites or wherever you are.
Yeah, at John Cast Podcast on Instagram, at John Casts or John Audius Radio on Twitter.
All right. And for me, I say for the show, we're on TikTok, Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. Follow us, come in there and comment on the posts. We do preview posts of what we did, or I say review post, X post after the show post. That's what it is, after the show post of what we talked about here on the show today. Mario Rabbids, Gotham Knights, Marvel Snap, and Ghostbusters Unleashed. I don't think we talked about that one, but that's okay. But check it out. It's out. And I think I'm buying that one too from ER. I'm going to go because he said Ghostbusters Unleashed is out. I'm like, what? There's another Ghostbusters game? I said, oh, I'm getting that too. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm going to be video game out in the next couple weeks. So we'll be back next week to do all of that, talk about Game of Thrones, more game releases. And then when you can find me, I got talking. Where you can find me is Ahman Green 30, all one word, on Twitter and Instagram. And like I said, the show is on TikTok. So hope everyone have a great rest of your Friday. Go see Black Adam. It's out. I'm going to see it. Peace out, y'all. See y'all next week, John. See you next week.
See ya.